Hey, how are you? I hope you're fine. Um, how are you doing? Whatever. We're in quarantine time here in Paraguay, probably in your country, also in your country. And well, I'm gonna tell you a story today. A short. I'm gonna try to make shorter as possible. Well, this is my story and how I I arrived in YWAM, how I get there, and well, I was missionary since it was 6 years, and well, my first time doing missions was in an Indian town here in Paraguay with Americans. They came from the Taylor University, and I still remember the names of my friends. It was Kevin, Luke, Taylor, actually, another Luke. The other name was Matthew and Marcus. And I don't remember all of them, but I just remember the people or the men who I was close. Well, my time there was awesome because it was my first time just doing missions there. Um, I learned how the missionaries work, how they do their job, and it was awesome. Actually, it was something new for me. And well, when I started to make missions with them, it was great for me help others, and it was not just feed them. It was like work with them, work in their town, fix their stuff because that missionary stuff. You're not on vacations doing missions. You have your short vacation, but well, you decide to make your vacation after that. Um, well, they left me also in 2006, and then I started to search for myself for new missions. And my second time doing missions was for 3 or 4 years in my old church. Um, he was also going in Indian towns and helping them, give them food, preaching the gospel, blah blah blah, and that stuff. But well, then I just left the church and I went to another one with my family because I was a teenager and I couldn't decide for myself. Well, I left the church and then I came back like 3 or 4 years after, and I was there for two or no, I was there for 5 years again, and then I was praying about it. I'm sorry, I lost the word. I was praying about it, and I asked the Lord, Lord, I don't feel comfortable here because I was working with teenagers in the Royal Rangers. It's a ministry, and I was there, and I was like, Lord, I don't feel comfortable here, so just give me something new. Sorry, let me like make this better. I was not comfortable there, and well, Jesus was starting to show me things, and he was like, "No, this is your church." And I moved away to another church, and I felt it like home there. It was great, and actually, it's one of the biggest churches here in South America and also in Paraguay. It's the biggest in Paraguay, but it's one of the biggest in South America, the Christian churches. And well, being there, everything started to change. I was growing spiritually and in personal, and my leaders was awesome. They were awesome. They still being my leaders. But wow, in that moment, it was like wow, I needed this. And well, a couple months there, we have a fast, 21 days of fasting, and wow, I lost my job 3 months before, so I asked the Lord for two things. The first one was for a new job, and the second one is something new. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna make short this. I was writing a movie script for Warner Bros. And they have the platform have some problems, and I just wanted to move away from there and avoid problems and mm, all stuff. And well, I leave the platform, and it was like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to the U.S. Anymore. Well, I prayed to the Lord, and I told him, hey Lord, I have a question for you. I have a request actually, and I want to go to the U.S. But I know it's not my ways, it's yours. So give me a chance before the end of this year to make missions or whatever, or to go to the US. Make missions, it wasn't the word. It was like, okay, hold on, and blah blah blah. I get the new job 3 days after starting the fast, and one week later, after I end my fast, it was a problem with Warner Bros. And everything ends. So everything, and it was like, okay, I'm not going anymore to the US. This is my signal. Hold on. But as a human, I was wrong, and I prayed to the Lord again. It was like, thank you, Lord, you gave me the signal. And one week later, a friend um, invited me to a conference of YWAM, and I knew what it was. YWAM. It was a missionary organization. I just knew that. I didn't know anything more like deep. And well, I went there, and then I remember very good. It was Mark. I forgot his last name, but he's from Kansas City, and I almost say Casey. Well, he was from Kansas City, or he's still living in Kansas City, or I don't know if he's living in Kansas City actually, but he was like the the man who bring people to Kansas City. And well, I was like, I just put all of my personal like information, stuff like that. And a week later, a friend called me and was like, hey, you're from Paraguay, oh, blah 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 blah. I was like, yeah, I'm calling you from YWAM. I would like to marry you and stuff like that. And it was awesome because I was praying to the Lord for everything. He was giving me signals all the time. For example, it happened in July of the last year, in 2019, and wow, I asked to the Lord to, okay, God, if I'm gonna travel, because I have nothing actually, no passport, no visa, no money, no suitcases, no clothes for traveling, anything actually. And well, I was told to pray to the Lord, and I told him, hey, Lord, I want you to provide me before August 15 or August 16. You provide me for my passport, and I received the exact amount to pay for my passport. It was great, and I was like, okay, Lord, I want something else. I want you to provide for my ticket. And well, just before August ends, I get my ticket. Someone paid for my ticket. He was like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? And then it was like, my goodness, Lord, I need for the visa now. And he provided also for the visa, and it was like, my goodness, where it just came from? And I couldn't travel, sadly. But it's great actually, because I knew some people from Kansas City here. They was making missions in Paraguay, and I met them just 2 or 3 months ago. And I just have like a quote for all of this, and it was like, God wanted to show me how to be a missionary before becoming one missionary. And wow, it was great actually, because I learned so much stuff in that moment. I learned so much things, and wow, God is always surprising everyone. So I don't know what is your trouble now, or what do you want right now? Probably something like big, but the Lord is listening to you all the time. So you just have to believe in Him. I promise you. When you give everything to the Lord, He will provide. And wow, that's great actually. I'm happy for sharing this with you. It's 10 minutes actually. It's a little long. It's not short as I wanted, but well, I think the Lord wanted this to show you how it was my life and how it can be yours, how also can be yours. And maybe we're not all of us are called to the missions, but I think that's my call. And well, if I gonna choose to be a missionary, and I have to say yes, and someone asked me for 1,000 times, well, 1,000 times my answer gonna be yes. I'm not regret. I'm never gonna regret to be a missionary actually. So well, just pray to the Lord, whatever is your trouble or whatever is your pain inside you, and ask Him. He will provide. So I'm so thankful if you're stayed in the video until now. So well, God bless you so much, and I hope you have a nice day, a nice week, nice month, year, life, whatever, and just search for your call with the Lord. God bless you so much. I send you big hugs, man. As one of my friends from Kansas City, I'm a big hugger, so I send you a big hug. And yeah, whatever. God bless you, man. God bless you, woman, whoever you are. And see you in the next video. Goodbye.